Dr. Kirby Thompson, owner and operator of Wildflower Wellness, naturopathic doctor and acupuncturist here for Dr. Kirby's Pick. We appreciate you watching. Now today, for January 2019, the Dr. Kirby's Pick that we have is a topic that a lot of people have been asking about lately. And that is, what is the difference between acupuncture and dry needling? In fact, some patients have come in saying that their practitioner of dry needling has told them it is the exact same as acupuncture, and that could not be more false. So, the only thing that dry needling and acupuncture have in common is actually the needle through which is performed. Acupuncture itself, let's talk about that first, is actually a thousands-of-year-old Eastern medical tradition that is based on a meridian system that was discovered through clinical experience. Very smart, very enlightened people found that when inserted into certain areas with a certain patient presentation, you get a great result. So, what that is, it is taking into account physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, putting it all together and balancing the body. That is what acupuncture does. It treats people on an individual basis. That's why at Wildflower Wellness, we often say that people are like snowflakes. There are no two alike, and they should receive treatments as such. Now, what is dry needling? Dry needling is actually trigger point therapy. Stick it where it hurts. So, the practitioner of dry needling is not taught to use the needles in order to address a whole body balancing. Remember, it's trigger point therapy. Leading to education. An acupuncturist actually spends over 3,300 hours learning how this system works. They spend, once they finish coursework, they actually have to take a test in order to do their internship to make sure they not only know Eastern philosophy, pathophysiology, but also Western. Because we are in a Western medical realm, and we have to be able to correlate what we're doing with what other people do. Once we do that, we are trained as acupuncturists through clinicians who have spent years learning how to do this. Each patient is a new learning tool to learn a new presentation and a individualized acupuncture treatment for each and every one. We also have to take boards and are regulated by the NCCAOM. Dry needling is very different. Number one, it's not regulated by a board. It is simply a certification which is given to a person that finishes between 100 and 300 hours of coursework. So you can see both on a biochemical, patient picture, and educational purpose vein, they are two very different strategies. I actually had a patient. Now, there are many practitioners that can perform dry needling: physical therapists, chiropractors, medical doctors, and dentists. We actually had a patient, and she had some spasms on her right side of her body, in the front right there, and she went to a practitioner of dry needling, and for a different reason, they said, well, you're responding well to acupuncture, we're going to acupuncture you. And they put the needles in the spots that were spasming, and it did not help at all. So she called us an hour later and said, can you fit me in? Of course we can, because we love our peeps. And the spasms were gone. It is a very different body balancing, whole person therapy, which I fell in love with. I think it was in early 2000s. I had my first acupuncture visit with an actual Chinese man in Atlanta, and I then actually had more visits in Knoxville, Tennessee through Ward Tummins. He's an excellent acupuncturist, and he was a gateway for me to not only go to the naturopathic medical school, but also to decide that acupuncture was a therapy that people had to have, and I had to do it for them. So praise God, we're allowed to do that. Another acupuncturist, Mona Dan, has stated, and I love this quote, so I'm going to share it with you. The true technique of medicine and medicine of acupuncture is not applied through dry needling, because dry needling is just a process of inserting a needle into an area of pain. As acupuncturists, we do not rely on pain area for effective treatment, but the response of the entire nervous system to get blood moving into the nervous system as stimulated. Dry needling is basic Western practice compared to deep Eastern philosophy of clinical application. Dry needling targets pain, whereas acupuncture treats a wide range of ailments, including pain. So if you'd like to know more about the differences between that and actually about acupuncture, Wildflower Wellness in March is going to have their educational series on acupuncture. We'll take you through a visit. We'll have people speaking to tell you, their experience, and we're going to have food. So it's going to be a great time. Just give us a call or visit us online at www.wildflowerwellnessllc.com. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram. We appreciate your time, and have a great day.